Hello, Taurus. Happy New Year, and welcome to your 2016 Year at a Glance overview. First time that I'm doing this, a lot of requests to do it, and I'm excited to share it with you. So for this, I'm going to be using two Oracle decks plus a tarot deck to help you look at your karmic lesson, opportunity, or challenge, which I'll be using this deck. It's a very balanced light and shadow deck that shows both elements. And then a slightly more optimistic deck that will help you see what your destiny is really calling you to do. So we'll be looking at karma and destiny this year, and then we'll see how the cards sort of spread themselves out. So your karmic lesson, because it's so important, we'll give it another shuffle because I want to absolutely make sure you're getting the best message here. Your karmic lesson is movement. Basically, it's saying let everything go. There is a theme, because it's a retrograde cycle, I've seen a lot of this, but I really want you to think of water with this. So I want you to be more in tune with your emotions, more ready and willing to allow things to not sort of get under your skin. And I know that earth energy for you is sometimes hard, to sort of not be sort of stuck in the ground, but this is a month where I want you to say it's okay, let it flow. Now, okay, this card is the one that wants to come through. So your opportunity now is basically to make an impact for future generations. Sort of like your magnum opus. There's got to be some major life project, life purpose. And I see this being a hands-on thing. You have to be in control of this. That's why the snake's there. It's about power. So letting go of past situations, past opportunities, anything where you aren't allowed to freely move. For some of you, this might mean being an entrepreneur. Stepping out, making a difference, and starting something like a corporation, an artistic expression of what you want in life, a book, a sculpture, a project, something that's going to last and be passed down for generations. But it also, for those of you who are like, I don't know, it's what it means is hands-on and taking your power back. You need to let go of people that have been taking your power and pull your power back and create your own power. So we're getting other elements here, a lot of water and a lot of fire coming through. So let's see how that's going to manifest when we look at the cards for you. We'll be pulling 12 cards, one for each month. And because I like to keep the pace a little bit faster for the year at a glance, I really won't be pulling any clarification cards. So one thing that I do see is that the first quarter of the year, maybe even leading into the first half of the year, is going to be more challenging for you. Once you start to accept your power, however, and take on a new project, this is when the year really gets exciting for you. Interesting that your Ace of Swords is reversed come November. That was the same for Aries. There seems to be a little bit of a theme. We'll see if it carries through on other signs. Okay, so you'll see that January is all about acknowledging who's standing in the way of you being in control of your destiny. You want to be the emperor. You want to be the project manager of your life. Right now, however, there is at least one strong person, possibly an older person, like an older man that might be pushing you away, or a very strong energy where the judgment is coming through as something where you can't do this, you shouldn't do this. What this leads to in February for you is a sense of fear and frustration. So I'm going to encourage you to remember to let go of some of those emotions, acknowledge why they're coming, and then when the time is right, grab your own sort of like opportunity, your own empowerment, and say, this is it, I need to move on, and it's okay. And really what you're going to find is once you get through some of the drama of January and February, and by all means, the reason that we do this is so that you can speed it up. I would love for you to make your March card more your January or February one, which is look at your other options. Start scoping out other job opportunities, other relationship opportunities. Maybe you want to move. This is your card of possibilities. a lot of times this can be a daydreaming card too. You see this character with like all of these things to pick from, usually cups floating in the air. This time it's on a shelf. Some are better than others. Some are out and out bad decisions. So I want you to do your research. If you're not ready yet to sort of get to this phase, what you could start doing come January, this next month, is start to think, start researching. And then when February comes around and you start to feel a little bit uneasy about what's coming through, think it's okay, I already have a plan B or a plan C. And then March is going to be about executing it. You can move right past this. In April, a lot of times when you're in I think this is more because you guys like to stay and feel secure, you're going to worry about making a shift. The Nine of Swords is reversed though, and everything in life that's worth doing, it carries a sort of give and take. There's a risk associated with it. I'm not telling you to act without thinking. What I'm saying is understand the risks and know that if you've made a decision or if you're ready to make a change, then it's okay as long as you've done your planning and your research. For those of you that are like, you know what, I don't want to make any changes. What does this mean for me? I'm comfortable with my life. Well, again, themes of authority are going to be a major part of the first month of the year. And what I want you to do in the second and the fourth month, in February and April. So in February and April, you're going to need to get out of your head and out of your own way. Because come May, there's a beautiful shift that's happening for you. And I actually like that this is almost Shiva-esque in its appearance, this card. But with it reversed, there's probably going to be some sort of a change that you've been resisting. And I see the resistance in this first 4 months here. By the 5th month, the world is going to come in and say, too bad. And you're going to notice the shift happening. So for some of you in a job that you don't like, you might notice that there's restructuring, a new boss comes in, perhaps you get laid off, or perhaps you find a new job opportunity, but a shift. Stagnant relationships, similar things will happen. Something major so that you can no longer avoid the situation that you've been in. Maybe someone cheats on you, you meet someone new, or you get to the point where it's like, we're either going to get engaged or break up. You're going to have a decision point happening here on the 5th month. Exciting, somewhat expected, but still, it's going to be something that is going to shake things up a little bit. By the time we get to the 6th month, when we get into June, this is when you're going to be focusing just a little bit more on saving. This isn't a great month for you to take a trip yet. And it probably, if you're going to look at new jobs and opportunities, I see you running your budget, thinking about, can I make this change happen? Or again, maybe you're going to be looking at future savings for college or for travel. But this is a month where you're going to focus on your budget a little bit more, and you may need to ask for help, particularly with the way this one's illustrated. You're going to need some investment advice, or you're going to need someone to check your judgment and make sure that you're headed in the right place. But the good news is, by the time you get to July, I feel like you're going to be happy with your decisions. If you decided to stick it out in a job, in a relationship, in a life opportunity, your heart is going to be happy. If you want to find someone new and maybe you're not engaged, maybe you want to find something that just brings joy into your life, I think that almost anything you touch in July can be magical. Great time for dating, great time for love, whether it's new or existing, great time to expand a family. I see it being filled with fruitful opportunities. And this is when this card really is important. If you've let the negative kind of release, then this is when the positive starts to enter the picture. And at this point, we see the second card playing a role here. Now the water energy has sort of released itself. We have a lot of swords here, a lot of cups, a major arcana card, and then it's now punctuated by a shift in emotion and mood. By the time we now get to the 8th month of the year, this is when you're feeling like you can start something new. If you wanted to do that new job, you could go, I see a lot of people looking at corporations or entrepreneurial opportunities. Fantastic. You may also have other people come to you for advice because they're going to tune into the fact that your energy is much more collected, calm, and assured than it has been before. This is an interesting thing that happens when you just start to feel better about your life. It's like I I don't know, it's an intangible thing where people pick up on the fact that you've got it together. And again, this is when they're going to reach out to you, or you could reach out to other people and get them engaged. But you're going to have to own it. You can't pass the buck on to someone else. You have to be in control of your life. You have to look at the numbers. You have to look at the contracts, and you have to be fully engaged in every aspect of your life. So all hands on deck on the 8th month of the year. So come September, this is when you can start to cash in a little bit on some of the opportunities, some of the new business ventures, some of the new relationships. You're going to be sitting pretty this month. I feel like it should be a little bit easier for you. It is a great month to get out there and expand business opportunities. Dating is also okay this month because you're going to seem attractive to partners. And if you're in a relationship, I see you holding the more of the power card this month. So it's a great start to the autumnal part of the year. By the time October hits, this is when recognition should kick in. Recognition, profit, happiness. Some of you might get a promotion, start that new job that you've been trying to maybe over the course of the year, maybe go to school, higher education. It's a really good month for accomplishment. And for some of you, that might include engagements too. But this is when things come to fruition, come to the next big step, and it's a positive card and a positive step. And people are thinking favorably of you this month if you kind of work the energy correctly. November is the month I want at least you and Aries to keep an eye on. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, be very thoughtful about communication. Delay on contracts if you can. Cash in on some vacation time if you can. Go to the doctor, get your annual physical. Watch health, diet, and what you're putting into your body. And also try not to be around people, situations, environments that are harsh. This isn't a good month for you to do any of that. So lay low, be thoughtful, and take a step back. I wanted you to be hands-on during the late summer and early autumn, but now here's we're entering the beginning of the winter months. I want you to sort of pull it back a bit. The good news is, come December, you have a nice shift, a really great ease out of 2016 into 2017. And this is a time where you might be looking at how far you've come. And it is a great month where if you need to pay down some bills, if you need to look at how to sort of restructure the following year, it's a good planning month and a great month to even start with that execution. But Seven of Pentacles is good. It's disruptive, but it's heading towards 8, which is harmonious, and getting closer to 10, which is a very happy round number and an end of a cycle. So I feel like you're reaching that accomplishment that you're looking for, whether it's work, whether it's relationships, whether it's health. You're going to have a little bit more work to do this month, but it's not going to feel like a setback. If anything, you might feel energized. I'm talking really fast because I'm getting a fast download of energy, and I wanted to get all of that information out for you. Just in summation, again, the whole year is going to be punctuated with emotion. The key for you is to not hold the emotion. I want you to be more like a water sign or an air sign and let it pass through you, acknowledge it, and then take some of the passion and the energy and some of that sort of excitement and put it into work, into tangible things. So exercise, execute, and basically I want you to be the emperor, empress, and you need to basically own your life. So fire energy as the year ends, water as it begins. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Because I'm doing so many signs, I have to keep these a lot shorter than my usual readings. If you ever want to do an expanded one, for January I put it at the top of my my offerings on my booking site, and I think it's about 45 minutes, and we can go a lot more in detail for each month. Or if something pops up and you want to know more about it, we can look at that. We can also look at health, wealth, love, and destiny like we do in the average monthly readings. But again, this is new, and I wanted to make sure that I gave you 2 really good things to focus on, and I didn't want to get too distracted. I know sometimes on the monthly ones there's a lot of things going on, so this is much more focused. I hope it was helpful. I want to thank everybody for all the help, support, and comments. Please keep that coming. It means a lot to me. And I encourage you to take a look at your January 2016 reading. I'll post a link to that. As always, the best way to kind of keep in touch is to stay subscribe to the channel, and I also have a Facebook page, a newsletter, and I'll be starting a Twitter account as well. So there's a lot of ways to know when the next readings are. I always get a question, so actually I'm going to answer that here. It's always the first of the month, maybe a day or two early. So if you ask, I may not answer because it's the same question and the same answer each month. But I put a lot of energy into it, and I don't rush it. So I hope it's worth the wait, and I hope you enjoyed this shift because I've never done the year at a glance before. So have a great new year, and keep in touch. Thank you so much.